Hi everybody, Brian from Bearable Traders here. Happy holidays. It is December 24th, Saturday, Christmas Eve. Hope everyone's having a good holiday season so far. And of course, this is the weekend video. We'll just go over what happened last week. It was a pretty quiet week overall, although the markets did end lower. And we're looking forward to a shortened trading week next week. Probably some lighter volume as people take the time off, family and friends. So let's get down to it. So let's start out with what happened last week. Traders do remain concerned about the possibility of a recession in 2023 and the Fed really going too far in terms of raising the rates, which they seem to be on that path. But, the problem is the jobs market does remain pretty robust, even though there does seem to be a little bit of signs of maybe the consumer slowing down spending. But really the Feds are struggling to get this unemployment and rising wages under control. And I think in part it's because this is really a structural problem with the unemployment because a lot of people left the workforce and have not returned yet. So it is getting more difficult to bring that unemployment rate up, which will help to cool the economy. Right now, people seem to be spending, and that's not good as far as the Fed goes anyway. So indexes, of course, finished down again on the week. Again, everybody, all the pundits and talking heads on TV seem to be saying that the first quarter next year is going to be tough until we get through that. But, these people are often as wrong as they are right. So it's kind of a 50-50 draw there. Indexes, as you see, the biggest hit that was taken by the Qs, down over 2%. SPY kind of flat, IWM kind of flat, really no movement at all this week when all was said and done, when the dust settled and the Dow was up just a little bit. So where were the areas of strength and weakness? Well, energy just continues to pop up on that week at that strong board, and consumer discretionary and technology, which are the sectors that typically don't do well in a recession, they were the biggest losers, so no surprise there. And 2-year and the 10-year Treasury inched up a little bit here on the week. The dollar was pretty much flat, down a little bit. And of course, Bitcoin really isn't making much headway at all one way or another, still trading under 17,000. And before we get into some of the charts that I like to look at, just a quick ad, as always, for my book on Amazon. This is it. It's not too late to grab it for Christmas. Or maybe it is, but maybe not too late to grab it for the new year. And so it's there on Amazon. Rules, strategies, and the routines of an active stock and option trader. So let's get down and look at some charts. And you can see here the 2-year Treasury. I always like to watch these. They don't seem to be doing much in the last couple of weeks. And you can see we're just sort of slowly grinding lower on the 2-year. Again, this spread between the 2 and the 10-year. Still sort of a harbinger of possible recession coming, but the 10-year is starting to creep up a little bit here. So we did get some movement this week. We're up fairly substantially on a percentage basis, given the you don't get these big moves that often in the treasuries, but we have been lately. So 10-year kind of creeping its way up, back up again. We'll see where that goes, but it's certainly still in a downtrend. The transports, you can see here, we had a FedEx come out this week in earnings. Actually, even though the earnings was bad, it did seem to, I guess it wasn't as bad as everybody expected. So transports, we did get a bit of a bounce here on the week. See this pull off the low of Thursday, nice reversing candle there, and then a bit of fall through on Friday. So, and on the week we were still down, although well off the lows of the week. So are we putting in a bit of a bottom here and maybe chopping sideways? It kind of looks that way right now. We are definitely sort of stuck in a range here, kind of watching this level, this 14,500 level for a breakout. And I would say this 13,000 level would be definitely an area to watch for a further breakdown. The Dow, again, we're just sort of chopping in a range right now here. Volume pretty light on Friday, of course, not surprising. And on the week, we did manage to eke out a gain. So the Dow did did on this pullback. We have broken this downtrend, even this higher level downtrend here, and we have come back and tested it. So I'll be keeping an eye on the Dow. Again, I'm not expecting a big move over the next week, but you never know. This proverbial phenomenon called the Santa Claus rally now sort of happens between now and the first couple days in the new year. So we'll see if we can eke out that. But I would say the overall sort of mood in the market is not really super optimistic. I've been listening to a lot of the funds have been seeing a lot of net withdrawals, so people pulling their money out of the market, which isn't obviously a good thing. And you can see here the cues, obviously technology laden with the high growth and high PE ratios are the ones that are going to suffer the most here. We are into an area where there might be some support here. Again, down significantly on the week, off the lows of the week, but again, not a great looking candle, and we are coming down. It looks like we are going to retest this 260 low again. Stochastics rolling over when they're below 50 usually means rallies fade. The SPY, the SPY actually on a daily looks a little bit like a double bottom here, or we could just be sort of chopping in the range for the rest of the year. Again, there is still a little bit of maybe tax loss selling that could be happening as we go into the last part of the week. Remember, there's only the settlement date is a couple days before the last trading day, so I'm not really sure what last trading day is for tax loss selling, but it'll be sometime later this week, maybe the 28th. It's different in Canada and the US, I believe. So we've got the IWM again. Sort of looks like we're kind of in an area of support here, and we did manage a little bit of an uptick on Friday. Went out fairly positive and pretty much flat on the week. So again, I think probably going to be a flat week unless they really want to push this market up into the end of the year here. VIX well off the highs of the day, and Thursday really spiked up and then pulled back a lot. So again, not a lot of fear in the market. The dollar kind of flat. And on the weekly, just really no movement at all right there. It's just hanging around. And you can see Bitcoin really kind of finding this just under this 17,000 level, these moving averages, below these moving averages. And the weekly, again, just looking very, very tame here, just waiting for some, it'll move with the market. So I guess it's just hanging around there too. So as far as stocks on watch, not a lot this week. It's going to be kind of a quiet week for me. I still have some ATVI. This is my little bit of a play on whether Microsoft will take them over or not later next year, mid-year. Flex, I'm just watching right now. I do have a small position in it. I'm just holding it, sort of sitting around where I got in, just above. So it seems to be holding here. And gold, I'm keeping an eye on gold. People are talking about gold possibly breaking out this year. We are making a bit of an ascending triangle. So I'll be watching this on this GDX. I'll be watching 30 for a possible breakout, 29.5. Tesla is just terrible. And it's funny, I got an email from them offering a discount on purchasing a new car, good till the end of the year, like $5,000 or something like that, which I think is obviously when car companies start discounting, that usually means they've got excess inventory. So I'm sure that's the case with Tesla, yeah, kind of interesting. So maybe in part explains why the price of Tesla is really starting to roll over here, amongst other issues. But you can see here, this is the monthly chart. Thought I'd throw this up here. You can see what a huge move this was during the month of December. Just amazing, down from sort of the 200 area down to where we are now. You can see here's an area where we may find a bit of support here. So maybe it doesn't move around very much next week, but this low here, sort of 126. This other low is 110. So there is a lot more room for some movement. But again, even on Friday, when the market did tend to try to finish green. All the indexes tried to finish green on Friday. They did. And you can see Tesla was still down, still selling pressure. So Tesla not looking great even now. Energy, as I mentioned earlier, was the best of a bad bunch last week, and this week kind of breaking out here. So energy is not usually a good place to be when there's a recession, economic downturn, but we seem to be catching a bit of a bid here. Energy stocks, which is what this is, tend to be fairly reasonably priced. So maybe people are just going for stocks that are lower PE. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm watching next week. But again, I don't expect a lot of movement one way or another. But we shall see, because low volume trading can often mean the algos and the big players can push markets around fairly readily, and we do seem to be sort of stuck in a bit of a range right now going into the last part of the year. And we're wrapping things up here. What do we have to look forward to? It is a shortened trading week. Monday is a holiday for Christmas, which falls on the Sunday. And then we'll be back at it. I always thought it was weird. We start trading again on Boxing Day, but the 27th will be the day we'll open up. And it will be a light trading week as well as shortened. A lot of people taking time off between Christmas and New Year's, as I mentioned. So those are your levels to watch, where we are right now and where we could be testing various levels of resistance and support. I don't think we're going to make any big moves this week. I think it's going to be kind of a quiet week. You never know. When there is a quiet week going on, they can move stuff around. So I'm thinking of a pretty quiet week though. And usually this Santa Claus rally occurs from now till into the new year. I'm not sure that we're going to get that, given the sort of, I guess, overlying pessimism that's in the market, but we'll see. Again, it's easy to move things around when volume's light. There's really no economic events to speak of, and very few earnings results. The only thing that's actually coming out on Wednesday is CALM, the CLAM. This is a egg producer that's just looking at that chart, it's like it's had a monster week. It just really broke out of a trading range. But I think it's pretty extended, and of course it is reporting on Wednesday, so it's not staying away from that till after it reports, and then we'll see what happens there. So that's it, everybody. I hope everybody has a good holiday season. Again, we will be opening up the room 27th and live on YouTube, and then trading the market open at 9:30 with our members. So hopefully we'll see you there. Again, enjoy and stay safe, and we will see you on the other side of Christmas. Bye for now.